It's about to happen, dude.
I just hit the record button.
Oh my god, man. Wow.
Okay.
I almost ruined the PG-13 instantly. I almost went R-rated instantaneously.
Well, the good thing about being R-rated is we are called the Podcasting Couch.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Podcasting Couch. We're recording this, and we're probably not going to upload it right away.
No, we're not. I think we will never upload this. I think this is just for our personal stash.
I think I'm dreaming. That's what I think.
That's what the video series should be called. Is the personal stash. Those
I like it.
You get the reference.
I can't grow a personal stash. I'm not very hairy.
Yeah, I wish I could stop.
I'll trade
My
you.
personal stash is stuck in the microphone right now.
A little part of you staying behind.
Yeah, well, that already happened in the bathroom too. So,
is that what that was? By my toilet?
Was it by the toilet? I was trying to get it in the toilet.
I didn't have a carpet on my bathroom before you came by.
Well, it was my housewarming present. I've never been here yet.
Oh, man. Okay, so this is the Podcasting Couch, guys. If I was to give a brief, I'm not going to say like mission statement, but like purpose for why we're doing what we're doing. This is a podcast for normal people. It's made by normal people. I know normal is a pretty relative word, and my normal is different from your normal. But I say that because I'm not rich. I'm not famous. I'm not a super athlete. I'm just an average, pretty normal dude. And I enjoy making content on the internet. And I don't know if you have anything you want to add about that.
No. I think we're in the same boat where we're just guys. We've been friends forever, and just really enjoy making people laugh and making people feel a lot better and making people feel like somebody relates to them. So yeah, I think yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, we're on the same page. That's why we're making this podcast.
Oh, the podcasting. Oh, the intro should be the Pornhub. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Or like a knockoff of that. Anyway. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to keep that, hopefully. So, as far as why we're here, aside from the fact that we both enjoy making content, it's not... This episode is kind of like a Meet the Boiz episode.
Yeah.
It's just basically to announce we're doing a podcast and maybe get to talking a little bit about who we are, why we're here. It's not really tell you our life story, at least yet. I'm sure more of that will come along at like a natural pace. I think it's just more to say like stuff you might want to know about me up front. So I'll go ahead and say a couple things about me, and that way you get to know your host a little bit better. And then I will let Hunter. What?
I tried really hard not to burp into the microphone, and then I almost threw up through my nose.
Welcome to the Barfcasting Couch.
Welcome to two broken laptops on a table covered in throw up. The podcast.
.com.
Live. On ice. I'm sorry. Tell me about yourself, Zach.
I can't top that. It's just okay. So
well, it's great. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for tuning in episode 1. I've been. My name is Zach Trapp. I've been making. To introduce myself, Trap.
What's your
Zach Trap?
What's your handle? Do you have the same handle for everything?
Unfortunately, I split myself down the center like some butt cheeks a long time ago. I'll explain what I mean by that. I've been making content on the internet for over 10 years. Multiple YouTube channels, social media, streaming on Twitch, making some TikToks, you name it. I've been on the internet for a while across many different channels. So most of my stuff is at Zach Trapp, ZAKTRAPP. My YouTube channel, Zach Trapp TV, is making a comeback here in the next month. As far as gaming content, my gaming content is under the handle Evil Pinky Winky. That is a story.
Which is dope.
That is a story for another time as to how that name came by. It's a pretty funny story at that. Aside from just being on the internet for a while, something that at least means a lot to me and something that I think Hunter wants to talk about as well is I got clinically diagnosed with pretty heavy depression this year, and making content and doing this and making people laugh, whether you love it or hate it, it's kind of my way of giving depression a middle finger.
Yeah.
It means a lot. It means a lot to me. I make content on the internet because it helped me get through the most depressed phase of my life I've ever been through at a younger age. That's also full story maybe
we'll
for
get
another
there.
time.
Definitely,
We'll get there.
Definitely. It's a story that needs to be told.
I
for
agree.
sure. It's important,
Mm-hmm.
but not today.
Another day. And next episode, it'll be another day too.
Yeah, but not for a while.
Ever. So, some other stuff besides just like making all kinds of content, skateboarding, snowboarding. I just got myself in the habit of reading books because I've never been a book person. Comic book guy, yes,
Yeah.
because it's got pretty pictures in it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you on that one.
But I just started reading some books. Listening to podcasts, I do enjoy partaking of the podcasts. I like movies. I mainly like crappy movies. I do love
Yeah.
Star Wars, which is not a crappy movie in my opinion. Eating pizza. There's a lot of other stuff you could get to
Yeah.
know me, but I'm gonna let Mr. Hunter get to know you guys a little bit better. Get to know him a little bit better, and tell us about you.
Yeah. My name is Hunter Fentuzler, pretty much on anything. I think Twitter. I don't think I was able to have all those letters because Fentuzler has a lot of letters, but it's Hunter spelt Hunter and then FentoozLer, which is not my last name. My last name is Franklin. I just thought it was a funny thing and it stuck. But I've been making content. I just found my old YouTube channel recently, rewatched it, and it's funnier than I expect. I used to be embarrassed about it forever, but I made this a funny talk show with a buddy of mine, and I was in 7th grade. And that's my old channel, and I used to make those little flash like stick figure videos too.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I was uploading daily content that was like 10 seconds long before Vine. So
The original Viner.
Yeah. I mean, I was like 3.5 Vines per video. But yeah, I've been doing content for I guess that is more than 10 years for me as well. Doing music as well. I sing and play guitar primarily. Check out my music. Fentuzler is the name. I do stand-up comedy. I make YouTube videos. I try and be funny on Instagram because that's just kind of my preferred social
Platform.
media. Yeah. Funny Instagram stories. Just basically trying to do the weirdest things I can possibly do and still getting people to laugh. And I've been doing stand-up for almost 2 years now, and that was an outlet when I was in a dark place, one of the dark places I visited in my life. But to be more serious, I was diagnosed with severe major depression at 14, ADHD, spastic boy, and I'm just going through it. We're going through it, and it's important to have these friends and stuff to help us go through it. And I think that the depression is what leads to the comedy. A lot of people say like the funniest people are the ones that are hurting the most, and I think that that's very true. But I know when I was a kid, especially, and still today, I think I live on the internet. I
Absolutely.
don't live in the real world necessarily. I watching these videos and stuff, you feel closer with some of those content creators than you do a lot of people that you see in your everyday life. And so I've just always wanted to make that impact on somebody's life that they have made on mine. So aside from that, big skateboarder for a long time. I can barely walk now. Try to read books. Big comic book guy. Big movie guy. Zach and I just kind of realized that we both like really crappy movies.
Yep.
Like we really like.
It's a passion.
Yeah. We just watched The Room the other day. Last time we hung out, we watched The Room. Zach and I hadn't seen each other in about 3 years, and we sat down and watched The Room after we went to an arcade. You can see half of that on my YouTube channel.
It's true. It happened.
Yeah, and I host a weekly. Did I say that? Did I host a weekly YouTube channel?
I don't think so.
YouTube show.
Tell us about it.
It's a comedy-based show where I talk about mostly dating failures. I would say is the brand that's got, because that's the most stories I have. You know. And then with a sprinkle of sharing some positivity. So yeah, I guess aside from that, I like pizza.
Amen to that. And I think that something that sorry, I keep on clearing my throat. I think that a big important part of the podcast that while we are two guys that have and still sort of struggle with depression, something that we're also going to try to do is we want to try to throw a positive spin on what we talk about as well.
Absolutely.
And I think that as Hunter was talking about earlier, oftentimes the funny people that you see in movies and whatnot oftentimes are the most depressed people. And at least for me, comedy and just making people laugh is an outlet that it feels like healing to me.
Yeah.
And I think that on the outside, that's not something a lot of people understand unless you're there.
I think a lot of people think it comes across as hiding,
Mm-hmm.
and I've gotten that a lot where I try and be pretty open about being depressed, not in a way of look at how tough I have it, but I think it's important to put it out there because I've had friends that have reached out at the right time and really helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And if I feel like if they didn't know, then that might not have happened.
Yeah.
And it's so much more worth it to have that awkward conversation. But transition. Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
I just shit myself.
Same.
But yeah, I think that for me, humor is not. It's never felt like pushing it under the rug or brushing things aside and acting like things don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
I think to me, humor, and I try not to be as self-deprecating as I used to be, but
yeah, same.
It's hard because it's so easy and it comes so natural. But I think when people start finding out like how insane you are as a person,
you can be.
Yeah, they're like, you need to stop doing that.
This isn't healthy. Let me tell you. And I mean, like, I work in the mental health field, and like one of the first things that my old boss said is he's like, I really hope you can appreciate dark humor. I'm like, oh baby, oh baby,
Yeah.
I'm the dark humor comedian. Let me tell you. And I think that like kind of just goes hand in hand with what we were saying, especially like in that sort of line of work. Like you do deal with a lot of stuff, and being able to kind of make self-deprecating jokes and whatnot, it does kind of help you get rid of a lot of those negative feelings. Just kind of like vomit them out, and then they're gone. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And hold on. Yeah. I also struggle with a stutter. Perfect for a podcast. Thanks for being so accepting of me, you guys. I don't remember what I was going to say.
That's okay.
Oh, I was going to I got it. I don't think self-deprecating humor is inherently bad, but I think as somebody that tries so hard to be so transparent with mental health stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I try and kind of bring it out of my friends too, where, because it's been so important to me to tell my friends and talk to my friends and be honest with them, I want people to be comfortable talking to me about it as well.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times between guys as men, it's tricky. I don't know what it's like to be a girl.
Mhm.
So not that it's not hard, I just don't know.
Different.
But I know that for me, being a guy, you're just raised with society trying to get you to kind of push it aside and not deal with stuff. So I just have to be I feel like I have to be a little bit more conscious about self-deprecating humor, where I'm also the guy that's like down to talk and down to cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I'm making self-deprecating humor, I think for my friends and stuff that realize that I am also their fairly depressed friend, it's like scary to them. And so I have to be like more conscious of like, I might think it's funny, but somebody might not.
Someone might get offended. In today's
Yeah.
society, that is kind of unfortunately a commonplace.
Yeah. And it's yeah.
Just
I've ran across that a couple times today.
Yeah.
I have
Haven't we all?
Yeah. I offended Zach's cat earlier.
She hasn't talked to me since.
Yeah. She didn't even meow at me. She stopped purring the moment I walked in.
And then she just ran away. Never to be seen again until dinner time, and in which case she always shows up around dinner time.
Selfish.
God bless her. I think that I was gonna say this for the next episode, but this is, I think, gonna be a good bit. Then I think we're probably been about long enough to call our intro
Yeah,
episode.
what are we at?
Let's see. As of right now,
I feel like I haven't even exhaled yet.
we were at 15 minutes. It's about
Wow.
for an intro episode, pretty good.
Yeah.
So something that this one is a lot. This one this is the most excited I think I've been to talk about. Okay,
Okay.
and it's the
Bring.
podcasting stereotype.
Okay.
So I saw a meme, and I told you about this.
yeah.
It was like,
I have an idea what you're gonna say.
what do you call a group of 4 white guys in a room?
I don't know.
A podcast.
Oh my gosh.
And like, I get that. I don't know. We're two white gentlemen starting a podcast.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs a pod. You get what I'm saying here.
Not everybody needs a podcast, but they have them.
I will say though, like a lot of the society that makes content, it's like they treat the fact that they have a podcast like the most interesting thing about you. What is my cat doing?
Oh, I just had a booger and I needed
I
to
thought you
clear
were
it.
like hissing at my cat or something.
No.
She likes to stick her paws under the door and like bat.
Oh,
so
I
thought
should have
you-
been paying more attention to the door.
I thought you were.
I was
looking at
lost in your eyes.
that. It happens.
I'm sorry. What? Go back 2 minutes. After the funny meme, not
Okay.
everybody needs a podcast.
I feel like a lot of people like treat the fact that they have a podcast like the most interesting thing about them.
Yes, like it's like they are their podcast.
I'll give you an example of what I mean.
Okay.
Hey, my name's Zach.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Hunter.
I have a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
That's about what I feel like it's like.
Here's my business card. Follow me on Instagram.
Pretty much. And a lot of people are treating that, like they have some profound thing to say, and it's just literally them getting drunk in a room with their friends. Like, I never want to come across that I'm preaching, that I'm doing
Yeah.
anything of the sort. This is just for fun, and if you can take something away from it, great. If not, I hope you at least enjoyed the ride.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think the best way to describe what we have planned is more than anything, this is a safe space.
Yep.
This is a place for you to laugh. This is a place for you to, relate with guys that, with these stories that we're telling or things that we're laughing at. Just realize that we're just 2 dudes. More above anything else, we're just 2 dudes. But we're gonna sprinkle in a little bit of like, maybe this helped me.
Mm-hmm.
This could not help you, or it could.
Yeah.
It's definitely I'm not an expert. I've just been trying to figure out how to do this for the last 12 years,
Yep.
and somehow I've made it this far.
Same.
So
It's just about your attitude. I think going into challenges is worth so much more than going through the challenge itself. Because I think,
Yes.
if you're going through something and you tell yourself like this really sucks, you're gonna come out with the mentality that this really sucked. But if you have the mentality of like this sucks right now, but I can make it through it,
yeah,
you'll make it through it, and you might
Yeah.
even learn something along the way.
and I think the easiest way to get that mindset is to see that people have done that too. So hopefully we can show you guys
And gals.
that y'all. Hopefully we can show y'all that we've been through some things. We haven't been
Mhm.
through all of them.
Been through exactly 3 things.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
just
I went through this doorway on the way here.
kidding. too much.
Yeah, I went through a tunnel on my drive
Did
up.
you hold your breath?
No, when I'm driving and I go through a tunnel, I think the whole holding your breath thing is so stupid.
Where did that come from?
I think it's in
You know what I
it's
think?
in a movie.
You know what I think it is? Imagine with me.
Okay.
We're about to time travel.
Okay.
Okay, it is now 1975. You are on a road trip with your family. Your
Heard of
dad
him.
is driving. You are in the back seat with your sister. That sounded weird. Well, you guys are
I
not
don't
in the
know
back.
why it
That
made me
sounded
laugh.
weird.
Yeah.
You guys are in separate rows as your
Yeah.
sister, and you guys can't stop fighting. And there's a bridge coming up. I think being a dad, he was sick and freaking tired of hearing it.
Yeah, he
and
said,
he was
"Shut
like,
up."
hold your damn breath till the end of the
Yeah.
tunnel,
Yeah,
or else.
100% that
Yep,
before it was widespread that happened.
I
This
think
is
so.
this is my move.
Okay.
Going through a tunnel. First of all, everybody honks their horn. How do you not honk your horn? And if you don't honk your horn, in
I
the
honestly don't honk my horn.
try it.
I
It's
will.
amazing.
I will.
But that's not what I do. Instead of holding my breath, just close your eyes.
I feel like I'm going through a tunnel right now.
Yeah. Just see if you can close your eyes through the entire tunnel.
See if you can make it out without crashing your car.
Yeah. This has been Zach and Hunter's podcast of mental health awareness. Hold your eyes closed while going through tunnels.
I think it's a metaphor. If you're going through life experiencing a dark time, just close your eyes. It'll all be fine.
Have you ever heard of tunnel vision?
I have.
It's like this. Just describe to the people listening what I'm doing right now.
He is stone-faced, just closing his eyes right now.
That's all it is, baby. That's all it is.
Alrighty. What kind of overalls does Mario wear?
What kind of overalls?
Mm-hmm.
Blue.
Denim, denim, denim.
Oh my God.
Thanks for listening to the podcasting couch,
you
everyone.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
See you guys in the next episode.
Yeah.